The whole world stands on the threshold of a new year, a new century, a new millennium. But instead of hope, there is doubt, uncertainty, even anxiety about what the future holds. People across the globe are searching for answers. Here is Dr. Ramesh Richard, dynamic speaker, respected author, and spiritual philosopher, speaking on the ultimate issues of life to you.
Let me ask you, on what foundation are you building your life? By what foundation are you living your life?
At the end of the program, he will invite you to write to him for specially prepared free materials. And now, here is Dr. Ramesh Richard.
Greetings, world. I want to be among the first to welcome you into a new year, a new decade, but more importantly, a new century, and really into a new millennium. We have some terrific, exciting, wonderful offers for you that will be sent to you free of cost if you would reach us by email immediately, as fast as possible. The subject that I discuss here has to do with your life foundations, the life foundations that will guide you through the new millennium. Because who and what you're going to be and do for the rest of your life depends on who and what you build your foundation upon. So stay with me as we talk about this very important subject. We have some exciting special offers for you as we consider life foundations for the new millennium. An entire village in the Philippines gave chase to a thief who was known for looting department stores. They accosted him and said if they ever caught him doing it again, they'll have to get rid of him. He said, "Hey, all that I'm doing is alternative shopping." They warned him, but he did what you predicted. He robbed again, and the village chased after him. The only option he had was to climb up a coconut tree. At first, the villagers decided to wait it out till he came down and then get rid of him, but a very clever man brought a chainsaw out and bust down the coconut tree. The tree fell to the ground while the thief fell to his death. The problem with the thief was that he made a foundation of something that shouldn't be made a foundation. He was looking for safety and security from something which should not have been made a foundation. We take aspects and issues of life which are good, which bring us a lot of joy and happiness, and turn them into the very foundation, the basis by which we live. In several parts of the world, they make power their foundation. In certain circles, power is so important to be held on to, regardless of life, they don't know that somebody else will succeed them in just a few years. I was recently with the president of a country who had ruled his country for 32 years. And after 11 days of riots, he resigned in 3 minutes. The last time I heard of him was he was complaining that he had to stop at traffic lights with everybody else. He couldn't go through like he used to. Power is not an appropriate foundation for life. Money is not a good enough foundation for life. Money is good, but money can be made into a foundation, and that point becomes bad because it acts like God. Last year, as they went through a huge financial crisis in the great country of Korea, in the robust economy, there were 2,300 people who took their lives in just a space of 3 months because of huge financial difficulties. If you were to climb Mount Fuji right now, they actually have a placard there which says, "Before you jump, think about your family. Think about your family before you jump." You can speak of many other kinds of foundation. See, anything less than God himself as a foundation is going to be faulty. It's going to be a sand foundation. You're going to build a wonderful life, but your life is going to crash. What you need is a solid foundation. Let me ask you, on what foundation are you building your life? By what foundation are you living your life? On what foundation are you building your life? By what foundation are you living a life, your life? You're going to have to make that choice today. In fact, we're going to draw a line right across your household, right across your life, right across the people with whom you play, with whom you joke, with whom you study. You'll be on one side, your friend will be on the other side. You'll be on one side, your parents will be on the other side. You'll be on one side, your children will be on the other side. You may be on one side and your spouse will be on the other side. You'll have to choose today as to what kind of foundation you're going to build your house. You're going to build your life on.
Dr. Ramesh Richard will return in a moment. On our program today, we have a special offer for our viewers. The first 100 people to contact us will receive a free audio CD player. The first 1,000 people to contact us will also receive a copy of Dr. Richard's book, Mending Your Soul. The first 10,000 viewers who contact us will receive a free audio magazine on CD every month for the next year with important and insightful messages from Dr. Richard. Each message deals with the important issues of life. Please don't miss them. Contact us today. Remember, there is no obligation on your part. All of these materials are free. But quantities are limited, so act now and get in touch with us today. That website address is www.rameshrichard.com.
If you're a father, what keeps you going to work day after day? How do you bring your family together? How do you raise your child? Where do you invest your life? What do you value the most? We are talking about life's foundations. And I want you to know this, that when you have lived 5, 10, 15, 30, 50 years, you do not want to have that horrible surprise that the skyscraper you have built suddenly collapses in front of you.
I take you to a story that the Lord Jesus Christ gave at the end of his best-known talk. You've heard that phrase called the Golden Rule, do to others, even as you would have them do to you. It comes from a talk that the Lord Jesus Christ gave. It's called the Sermon on the Mount. At the end of his talk, he gave a story, a parable of two men. A wise man who built his house upon the rock and a foolish man who built his house upon the sand. The rains came, the floods descended and burst against their houses. The point of the story is very simple. The man with the rock foundation, his house survived the storm. The man with the foolish foundation, his house was smashed in the storm. He's just simply asked, on what foundation are you building your life? By what foundation are you living your life? So I looked at that story, the wise man and the fool man. I found many similarities between the two and dissimilarities between the two. Let me share a couple with you. The similarities between the wise man and the fool man. First, both of them were building a house. Building a house is not an arbitrary affair. It's not whimsical. Building a house always takes thought and takes planning and takes intention. Every man, every woman in this whole world is building a house, the house of his life. It's a metaphor for the life that you're building. Both built a house. Secondly, both heard Jesus' words. Both knew exactly what Jesus had just finished speaking. Their problem was not a problem of ignorance. Their problem was not a problem of awareness. It was not a problem of lack of information. Both had heard Jesus' words.